Don't leave this video until you watch it until the end, because I'm going to introduce an amazing indicator on TradingView that can give you prediction about future price movement. I will teach you how you can effectively use this indicator in practice, so make sure you watch this video until the end. To add this amazing indicator to our chart, here we click on indicators and we search VOS predictor. This one, VOS predictor, a peek into the future, which is an editor specs indicator and written by someone named Immortal Freedom. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it is added here below the chart. It's actually an oscillator, and you can see that we have lines that are moving above and below the center line, which is set at 0. This indicator is built based on VOS predictive filter, which was developed by John Ehlers in 2019. If you search a peek into the future by John Ehlers, you will find many resources explaining about this. This is the original version of VOS predictor that was introduced by John Ehlers. The appearance is a little different from this one that we added to our chart, but both of them are same function. This is an enhanced version with more features. You can still have the original version here in the indicators by searching VOS indicator, this one VOS predictive filter, and you will get exactly the original version. As I said, this one is a modified version, which is actually a combination of 3 indicators. It puts John Ehlers' 2-pole bandpass filter into the VOS predictor filter, combined with correlation measures and also with some additional modifications on the colors and appearance. But these 2 main elements of the original VOS predictor indicator still exist here exactly with the same settings, and you can see that this line that changes color between green and red is actually this blue line, and this white line here is actually this red line. Alright, let me close this one and we continue with this modified and enhanced version. By default, the background of the indicator is black, which is a good choice if you are using a white chart, but if you find it distracting, you can go to the settings of the indicator, and here in the style tab, you can remove it by unchecking dark background. Alright, let's see what we have here in this indicator and how we can interpret and use it for trading. This line that changes color between green and red is VOS predictive filter, and this white line here is bandpass filter. The area between the white line and center line is colored like this, and the area between the white line and VOS filter line is colored green and red, as you can see. If you find them distracting, you can easily remove them from the settings of the indicator. We have also small dots here on the center line of the indicator, and they help us with the current momentum and direction of the market. As you can see, depending on the market condition and also strength of the momentum, we have different shades of green and red. When they are green, they show greater upside momentum, so more potential for advancing of the price, and the brighter the green, the stronger is the momentum. Similarly, when they are red, they show greater downside momentum, and so more probability for declining of the price, and the brighter the red, the stronger is the momentum. Alright, now let's see what signals this indicator can provide. Crossovers of these 2 lines are actually our point of interest. When the VOS predictive line crosses above the white line, it's a buy signal, and when it crosses below the white line, it's a sell signal. In other words, a signal for opening a short position. But we're not gonna take every crossover signal that happens on the chart, because many of them are not worth of trading, and in the pullbacks or during range market, you can actually encounter many false signals. After the signal, the price truly move in that direction, but the movement of the price may just be very short and not worth of trading, so we need to filter the bad signals. John Ehlers also suggested using a directional indicator that helps us with the market trend, so we can take the signals that are aligned with the current direction of the market. As I explained earlier, these small dots on the center line can help us with the current direction of the market, so maybe they can help us with more confirmation. When we have a bullish signal, here the dots should be green. For example, here, this bullish crossover here is confirmed because the dots are green. But for example, this bearish crossover here is rejected because the dots are green. So when the dots are green, we only take buy signals. And on the other hand, when the dots are red, we only take sell signals. For example, this bearish crossover here is a confirmed signal because the dots are red. By doing this method, many of the false signals will be filtered, but still not enough, and you may encounter false signals, especially during range market or when there is a pullback in the longer term trend of the market. As I explained earlier, these dots are showing the current momentum and direction of the market, the short-term momentum and direction of the market, and many of the false or bad signals happen when they are against the longer-term trend of the market. So we need to add another indicator that can help us with longer-term trend and overall direction of the market. By adding another layer of filtration, we considerably decrease our risk more, and we take the signals with higher probability of success. For this purpose, here we click on indicators and we search super trend. We add this one, which is a built-in indicator on TradingView platform. Super trend can effectively help us with longer term trend of the market. We just need to go to the settings of the indicator, and here in the inputs tab, here for ATR length we set it at 55, and here for the factor we set it at 9. By the help of these settings, super trend can effectively help us with longer term trend of the market. When super trend is green, the overall direction is up, and when super trend is red, the overall direction is down. So now we have two layers of confirmation for the crossover signals of this indicator. When we have a bearish crossover signal, first the short-term and current momentum must confirm. In other words, we should have red dots, and then the longer-term trend of the market must also confirm. In other words, the super trend should be red. By the help of this setup, in times that we have a pullback in longer-term trend of the market, we don't enter in wrong positions. For example, here you can see that this long-term downtrend from here made a pullback. For the current momentum of the market, we have greater upside momentum, and you can see that the dots are green, but we are not in an uptrend in a longer term perspective. We are still in a downtrend, and this advancing of the price is just a pullback within the longer term downtrend of the market. So this super trend here helps us not to take these bullish crossover signals which are against the longer term downtrend. We only take the bearish crossovers where the dots are red and the super trend is also red. And on the other hand, when we have a bullish crossover, the buy signal is confirmed if the dots are green and the super trend is also green. So we will be sure that we are entering in the same direction as the longer term trend of the market. Similarly here, in the pullbacks within the longer term trend of the market, here the dots become red because the current and short term momentum is down, but the longer term trend is up. So we don't take these bearish crossover signals because they are against the overall trend of the market. So when we have a buy signal, like for example this one here, the buy signal is confirmed only if the dots are green and the super trend is also green. Please pay attention that this indicator or this setup or any other trading strategy will never give you 100% guaranteed signals. This is not possible in reality, and there is no indicator or trading strategy with 100% win rate or anything near to this. Losing positions are always part of the game, and you need to manage your risk properly so you can protect your account from falling significantly. There is a risk management strategy that is called 1% rule, and it's one of the best risk management strategies that you can use. By the help of this risk management strategy, your position size is calculated in a way that in case if the market goes against you and hitting your stop loss, you will lose only 1% of your trading account. For example, if you have a $10,000 trading account, your loss will be only $100, which is only 1% of your trading account. This risk management strategy helps you to minimize your losing trades as much as possible, and this will help you to effectively protect your trading account from falling significantly. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and I highly recommend you to watch it because without a proper risk management strategy, you cannot become a consistently profitable trader. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.